So when we came into St. Clair, it had everything we needed, from the physical space to backup generator on site, great lobby area, great facility, access, easy access in and out, looking at areas for EMS to come in and out, so garages and things like that that are protected so we can bring patients in and out of the facility. We asked St. Clair if we could take a look at their facility for that purpose. They agreed within seconds, and once the Army came here and we compared it to the other sites, this was by far above the best site. And when we approached St. Clair, literally it was minutes, and they said, yes, use it, go ahead. So the partnership that they created. So by the time April hit, we took possession April 1st. By April 6th, we started construction. A local construction company, Leicester, said they would build this basically for the cost of the materials. When we were looking at prefabricated setups for close to $1 million, we got this done for $50,000. And that included the provision of running water, electricity in every single room. And so we have a lab, a pharmacy in there. We have all the hospital computer systems, the hospital phone system. We had companies like MNSI. We asked them about getting TVs here. They lit this place up with Clair College in order to have very fast Wi-Fi, that every single patient had access to an iPad. So this came together. We took possession April 1st, April 6th, we started construction. The first patient was in April 18th. So it evolved. So our first thinking about the surge wasn't happening, but then what was happening is the long-term care homes were negatively impacted by COVID, where it was spreading through the facility. Individuals were sick. Unfortunately, residents were passing away. And they had to stem the tide of the spread of COVID within their facility. So over Easter weekend was when here in Terrace started really having difficulties, not only with the numbers of positives they started seeing in those with symptoms, but also their own staff, as their own staff was becoming positive and not being able to report to work. So they were having difficulty staffing their facility, as well as the residents were negatively impacted. We were, as a team, working with some of the long-term care homes about what do we do, how do we deal with this. They needed to stem the tide so it didn't spread through the whole facility, or try to contain it as best they can while caring for those who were positive. So a discussion happened very rapidly post-Easter weekend to when they eventually moved April 18th, which is that week, about using this facility. As a team at the hospital, we got together and said, okay, how can we help here in Terrace? Why don't we look at using this facility, extract the positives from here in Terrace, positive COVID, put them in this facility, care for them, and try to stem the tide of positives from spreading in their facility to the negatives. And that's what we did. And starting April 18th was when we took our first patient here. We took 21 that day. And over the next month or so, until the end of June, we took 52 patients here.